WWE Evolution 2025 live results. IYO SKY Dethrones Rhea Ripley. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. It finally happened. In a night full of unforgettable moments, jaw-dropping surprises, and brutal clashes, WWE Evolution 2025 delivered one of the biggest upsets in recent WWE history. IYO SKY, the genius of the sky, dethroned the Eradicator Rhea Ripley to become the new undisputed WWE Women's Champion. A moment that stunned fans, shook the division, and changed the balance of power. This is your full Evolution 2025 results breakdown, with match highlights, live reactions, exclusive post-match fallout, and how IYO SKY pulled off one of the greatest wins of her career. Evolution 2025. A new era begins. WWE Evolution 2025 was more than just a pay-per-view. It was a turning point in the history of women's wrestling. Triple H had promised that this year's all-women's PLE would be the most unpredictable, most emotional, and most competitive night of the year, and it absolutely lived up to the hype. Every women's championship was on the line. Rivalries reached a boiling point. Surprise returns, shocking betrayals, and emerging superstars were all part of the show. But no match had more anticipation than Rhea Ripley vs IYO SKY for the undisputed WWE Women's Championship. This wasn't just a match. It was a clash of dominance versus finesse, power versus precision, ruthlessness versus resilience. Ripley had held the title for over 290 days, steamrolling nearly everyone in her path. IYO, meanwhile, was on a mission of redemption. She wanted to prove that speed, intelligence, and aerial genius still mattered in a world growing increasingly brutal. And on July 13, 2025, inside a sold-out Madison Square Garden, she did just that. The feud leading up to Evolution. The tension between Rhea Ripley and IYO SKY started back in April, when IYO won a #1 contenders match on Raw to earn her shot at the title. Rhea, confident as ever, mocked IYO. "You don't stand a chance. I'll crush your ribs before you even leave the mat." But IYO didn't respond with words, she responded with chaos. Over the following weeks, she ambushed Ripley backstage, cost her matches, and even moonsaulted her off a production truck. Ripley retaliated by powerbombing IYO through a glass table at a contract signing on SmackDown. Their final face-off on Raw was one of the most intense segments of the year, with neither woman backing down, even as security separated them. The WWE Universe was torn. Team Memi or Team Genius? On the night of Evolution, the energy was nuclear. Main event spotlight. IYO SKY vs Rhea Ripley was the main event of Evolution 2025, and rightfully so. The entrances alone told the story. Rhea Ripley entered to a live rendition of Demon in Your Dreams, flanked by a choir dressed in black, with flames rising behind her. She looked like the undisputed queen of destruction. IYO SKY, on the other hand, entered in silver and violet gear, with traditional Japanese taiko drummers leading her to the ring. A symbol of heritage, speed, and honor. The bell rang, and the fans were electric. This was going to be a war. And it was. Opening minutes. The match began with a surprising pace. IYO SKY immediately took control. She used her agility to dodge Rhea's heavy strikes and hit multiple dropkicks to the knees, trying to chop the powerhouse down to size. But Rhea caught IYO midair and hit a vicious tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, slowing the pace and asserting her strength. Rhea dominated the next stretch, grinding IYO with submissions, slamming her into the turnbuckles, and shouting to the crowd, "This is your hero? She's not ready." IYO, however, refused to quit. She reversed a clothesline into a snap German suplex, then sent Ripley over the top rope with a springboard dropkick. And then, she flew. Moonsault from the top rope to the outside. The garden erupted. Mid-match chaos. Back in the ring, the two women entered a new level of brutality. Rhea hit a riptide from the second rope, but IYO rolled out before the pin. IYO delivered a double stomp to the chest followed by a 619-style springboard DDT, but only got a 2 count. Rhea tried to lock in the prism trap, but IYO flipped out and rolled her up for a shocking near fall. Every move had the audience gasping. Wade Barrett on commentary shouted, "I don't know how these two are still moving." Beth Phoenix added, "This isn't about winning a title anymore. This is about legacy." The turning point. Then came the turning point of the match. IYO attempted a second over the moonsault, but Rhea caught her midair on her shoulders. In a stunning display of strength, Rhea delivered a running Death Valley driver onto the ring apron. IYO looked out. The referee almost called it off. But IYO, gasping for air, pulled herself back into the ring at the 9 count. Rhea, in disbelief, went for the riptide again. But IYO turned it into a sunset flip bomb into the turnbuckle. Then, with one final surge of energy, she climbed the top rope. Over the moonsault. Perfect execution. 1, 2, 3. New champion. Madison Square Garden explodes. The crowd absolutely lost their minds. IYO SKY collapsed in tears. Championship held tightly against her chest. Confetti rained down. Michael Cole screamed on commentary. IYO SKY has done it. The genius of the sky just conquered Memi. This is her moment. Rhea Ripley sat in the corner, emotionally exhausted. Her reign finally ended after nearly 10 months. She nodded at IYO, then slowly rolled out of the ring. Respect. IYO stood tall, her music blasting through the speakers. The Undisputed Women's Championship was hers. Backstage fallout. After the match, WWE Digital caught up with Rhea backstage. She was visibly emotional. IYO earned it. No excuses. But this ain't over. You only get to keep that title for as long as I let you. Meanwhile, IYO spoke through tears, her voice shaking. All my life, people told me I was too small, that I wasn't built for this. But tonight, I proved that the sky is not the limit. I'm just getting started. WWE posted exclusive behind-the-scenes footage of superstars applauding IYO backstage, including Bayley, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and even Charlotte Flair via satellite. WWE Universe reacts. Social media went nuclear. #IYO SKY. #new champion. #Evolution 2025. #Mimifalls. Bianca Belair tweeted, "Well deserved." IYO put on a clinic. Liv Morgan posted a video of herself clapping with the caption, "She did that." Jade Cargill, in typical Jade fashion, tweeted, "Cute win, IYO. Don't get comfortable." Wrestling media called it one of the greatest women's matches in WWE history. Match of the night. Possibly match of the year. What's next? With IYO SKY now the champion, the landscape of the division has changed drastically. Rhea Ripley is expected to invoke her rematch clause, possibly as soon as SummerSlam. WWE Evolution 2025 was historic. But it will forever be remembered for one thing. IYO SKY doing the unthinkable. She didn't just win the title. She toppled the most dominant champion in WWE's modern era. And in doing so, she etched her name into the Mount Rushmore of women's wrestling. What happens next is anyone's guess. But one thing is for sure. 2025 belongs to the genius of the sky. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell for more full match breakdowns, results, and dramatic WWE storytelling. Until next time, the sky is the limit. And IYO SKY is the queen of it all.